Between aging and busy lifestyles, many women struggle with maintaining their physical and mental wellness. At Aquavita Concierge Healthcare Services for Women, we can help you revitalize your health and reclaim your life. We start from within by balancing your hormones, allowing your body to achieve and maintain desired weight goals. We also specialize in peptide therapies, regenerative medicine, sexual health, and aesthetics in our state-of-the-art facilities. Feel better, look better, live better. At Aquavita, visit aquavitality.com and begin your journey today.
Yeah, so as I was sitting here working on a few things for the power play, I noticed somebody had like this whole conversation going on Instagram, and I think the woman said like, "Marry me please" to one of her friends, and her friend was talking back to her, of course, and said a whole bunch of stupid stuff. And then the girl said, "Who needs men?" And I said, "Bimbo, who needs you?" Equality, right? Well, we're on the right show to talk about it. Welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio!
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the J-Man Show for episode 305, and I am your host, J-Man, of course, and yeah, this is an actual conversation, and let me just tell you this, my shenanigans don't stop. Like, I don't have to be on air to be doing some things, let's just put it that way. But, yeah, as I go through this life and I realize the people I share it with, I can't help but say some people have some really warped narratives about how things work. And, like, you know, some of y'all are probably mad at me for what I said, but get over it, Chief. Here's the thing. I live my life for me. Do you live your life for you? Do you enjoy, like, the things that are going on in it? If you said no to any of that, are you working on making a change to it? All right? And as we say this stuff, I don't mean like, you know, you going on like a awareness journey or any of that crazy stuff. We're all on a journey, y'all. It's just like different ways of playing it out. And like when I see what people do and they're like, who needs that? Who needs that? And it's like, think about it. When you're out here criticizing anything, make sure you take a good long look at yourself because it can volley back on your ass. Anytime I do these episodes, I always think about myself on these things. And, you know, I'm talking about my experiences and all that stuff. And, like, see, the thing about it is, you got to realize life is not easy for anybody. I mean, you look at all these narratives that are thrown out here. You look at all the talk in town, the flavors of the month, and things such as, like, oh, patriarchy, matriarchy, all this other stuff. Donald Trump's coming back to enslave everyone. Oh my God, he might be president again. What are we gonna do? Oh, Joe Biden's ruining my life and all. It's a whole lot of shit. You know? I didn't want to cuss this early, but yeah, I'm going to because, like, it is. It's just a whole lot of crap. And once again, the beauty of the internet has made it so that everybody has a voice, for better or worse, and quite a lot of worse out there in addition to better. Like, it's convenient in other ways because you can access information anywhere, but you got to make sure it's the right kind of information. You got to make sure, like, it's pertinent information. And there's plenty of misinformation all over the place, and it doesn't seem to have no signs of stopping. And there's no limit to this crap. And people are still going to follow through with this, too, thinking that, oh yeah, because this is very, very good to my narrative, and you know, at the end of the day, there's no sources or no fact checking involved. But hey, this is important to me because this is where I feel it as a person. I can go ahead and run with this. Yeah, no, son. It's kind of like people talking about the Blue Beetle movie and like, is it a failure or is it good? It's like, what do you think about it? Well, it doesn't matter what I think. I gotta talk about what, like, GameSpot or Rotten Tomatoes say. And, you know, and Rotten Tomatoes say it's like 80% fresh. Is that this week or next week? You see what I'm saying? Like, people will sell out for somebody else's point of view all the time. And I think that's really, really sad, too. Because it's like, you know, nowadays you gotta stay firm about what you believe in. Like when I always ask somebody, well, what do you think? What do you know? I'm not looking at anybody else. I'm looking at you. Like, what do you understand about all this stuff? What are you getting out of life? I always ask you, well, my friends say, I don't give a damn. Like, people will tell me what their friends say. Or then, like, you know, if the conversation's not going so, they're like, well, everybody's laughing. Everybody. Who the hell is everybody? I don't care about that. This is a one-on-one conversation in a public forum. What do you think? And if you can't answer that question, you got a lot of maturing and a lot of self-reflection to really think about. And you see, the problem with people like that is they don't want to hear that. They want to hear that they're always doing something great. Like, what is it? It's supposed to be like, there's this new thing out there now, like, I think psychologists are trying to push it, or those cons from BetterHelp or whatever, which, by the way, do not sign up for that website. That website has more damn controversies than anything. If you need to find somebody to talk to about your mental health, really go through the proper channels, look into, like, actual therapists, because some of those people are uncertified and they're unprofessional, and, like, you know, they got your data. As soon as they got your data, that's gone. So, any of y'all sitting out here talking about your damn privacy, which, if you're on social media, you really don't have any anyway, you know, get that whole thing worked out. But what I'm saying is, though, what is it that they're trying to push around nowadays? Oh, you got to have 10 positives for every one flaw? Okay, well, let me just go ahead and trump all of that. You're an asshole. You will always be an asshole. And I think that you're an asshole. And half of the things that you do stink anyway. Because you know what? You think that you're a flawless, but you're still an asshole. And the truth is, there's quite a lot of people that I think are assholes. And the truth is that, you know, they're not trying to get better about certain things. They actually believe that everything that comes from them is gold. Gold brick, that is. And relationships, attitudes, all that kind of stuff that float around here are really just extensions of how much they stink. You notice that? Because, like, have you seen how so many people are always talking about independent life, independent this, but at the same time they're not really independent? They're always talking about, like, you know, I gotta look good for my squad. I gotta look good for this. No, you don't. You just gotta look good for you. That's independence. Make choices that are pertaining to you. That's independence. Not your damn social circle. Not your damn little group here. And the crazy thing is people forget the social circle that you have are extensions of you. And in a way, you made your social circle. You made it. You can destroy it. Make a better one if you must. There are reasons why things fall apart. But nobody wants to pay attention to why that is. And it seems like nobody understands that when things don't work out, it's okay. Or when things fall apart, you know, this is a chance to rebuild or build something new. You don't have to go ahead and chase people and stuff like that. You never had to. If you're really good about, you know, the way you are and you push out the best positive qualities about yourself, you'll get some attraction somewhere. And the thing about it is, it's like, nobody wants to put in that work. Everybody wants something quick and fast and all this other stuff, or they think that their life is a reality show, and which it may not be until you start putting, like, social media in the mix and everybody's like, hey, take a look at everything that I do, and please follow my Discord so that I can tell you some of the greatest techniques that I have. It's like, get bent, you bastard. Shut up. You ain't doing anything that I can't do. That's the funniest thing. And you see, once again, like, it happens with celebrity stan culture. It happens with people who think that they know movies. I mean, you probably know how a movie is made, but did you actually write one? Did you actually put something together? And you know, the funny part about even doing movies, though, like, now you got people criticizing that. You know, we could go ahead and make, like, new IPs and stuff, but the studio won't be backing that. You know, at the end of the day, I would go ahead and make a short, but a short is like a waste of time. So, you see how people put roadblocks in front of themselves? This is our actual conversations I'm throwing at you, by the way. Things that I heard growing up, things that I heard building J360 Productions, and then, like, things that I hear from, like, last Tuesday, which was yesterday. The shit is just unbelievable. I mean, you sound like, and this is the funny thing, people forget, if you want to create so bad, you got to understand that it's not going to be easy. If you want a relationship so bad, not going to be easy. If you want your market value, you know, in terms of, like, how marketable you are to jobs and all that stuff, once again, it won't be easy, especially with college debt and all that stuff. But now you got more and more people saying, you don't have to go to college. You can go ahead and do it this way. You know, Steve Jobs never finished college. He dropped out. And all that other crazy shit. Which at the same time, didn't Steve Jobs finish college? I don't think about it. But whatever. It's not about, like, how you're going to be the next billionaire. It's not about how you're going to be the next this, that, or anything. It's about, like, where you are right now. Like, are you aware of where you are right now? Like, your social circle, all that kind of stuff. Like, the people that you're with, do they actually like being around you? Things like that. Social awareness, at best. That's important. And you know the ones that'll betray you. You know the ones that'll never hang out with you, and despite of what all that you did for them, they'll end up hating you. You know, like the Green Goblin speech in Spider-Man 1. Like, there's actually some truth to that. I remember one time helping out somebody, helping them get where they need to be, and they turned out to be ungrateful. And the beautiful part about being ungrateful is their attitude destroyed them within seconds. And they deserved every bit of it. Of course, they try to float back and be like, hey, I want to work with you. And I said, get the fuck out of my face. I knew exactly when to let, like, you know, the way of the world take center stage. I didn't even have to be an active participant in that one. But every damn thing else, though, yeah, I'm pretty good at that. But as we go through tonight's episode, you know, like, I don't know whether to do, like, a deep dive entirely, or whether to go ahead and just say that society is flawed and really, really messed up and doesn't want to be accountable for anything. I don't know. But I do understand this. Like, some of these people, when they put their narrative out there, oh, I'm finding myself, I'm dating myself, pizza is my romance, and all this, and I'm like, will you just shut your lonely ass up? I mean, like, for real, look, it's one thing that you're rebuilding yourself, it's one thing that you're getting things together for you, but it's a whole different thing if you're going ahead and throwing that to everybody. Who the hell are you trying to convince? Do you understand that? Because that's your journey. It's like this. If you're doing all those things that are important to you, that's your mission. That's your responsibility. I have the right to not give a damn. And now I'm going to go ahead and give a damn because I'm doing this episode tonight. But it's just like, what in the hell, man? Like, you want a cookie for this? Oh, you broke up with your toxic boyfriend. Okay. Well, try this then. Try not contacting him after 3 days. Try not actually trying to meet up for brunch at certain points. Try not ever trying to get back with that person. Oh, see now, that's a riddle for you, isn't it? It's funny as hell, like, when people do this stuff. Or, like, you know, if you're working at a job that's not doing you any favors, okay? Are you actually taking the time to keep that money saved up for at least 6 months? Or are you looking for, or otherwise, are you also looking for work? Are you looking for where you really want to be at and how to really step in for that new position? If you're saying no to this, well, you're probably not there yet. And if you're saying no to this and just saying, oh, I'm going to be a lifer here. Whatever then. Like they say before, if you don't go for things, you better not complain about not having it. Like, even as I keep going and being a filmmaker, even as, like, you know, say I get a studio job in addition to doing the independent films, I'm still going to keep doing independent work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not turning my back to that. Like, the studio market is weird because of all the issues that are underlying in it. They made a whole lot of money. There's people that stay home, and then, like, you know, the director's coming out saying that streaming was a problem. Streaming was never a problem. Streaming, if anything, is another market that could have been used right, but it got horribly exploited because everybody wanted to do their own thing and not work with Netflix anymore. It was another gateway. It's like your videos on demand are pretty much streaming. Streaming didn't hurt the business. Streaming, in fact, made it better. The thing is that, you know, they didn't want to share none of that money. And, you know, once again, people want to think, what is inferior to, you know, what exactly is the best way and what is the most inferior way? You know, streaming seems to reach a lot of people because a lot of people probably don't want to go to movie theaters and stuff like that. And you know what? My older brother of mine made a pretty good point. If you got, like, your sound system arranged right, in addition to, like, you know, where your television is and, like, the system is all good and everything, and you got friends that could come over every so often, you really don't want to go to the movies and stuff like that. Like, and you got the best seat in the house and everything. Like, everybody's home studio or home theater is more than a match for where we go and we pay our $15 for. $12 if it's matinee, but, you know, list goes on and on. But you see what I'm saying? Once again, that's all about choices, too. What are some movies that'll actually make a killing on streaming in contrast to actual theatrical runs? Nobody thinks about that. But everything's a crisis. Everything's a problem. And there's no solution in sight. Oh, there's a solution in sight. You just don't like it. Just like what I mentioned about relationships earlier. Just like what I mentioned about, like, job markets and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? If you know what you're up against half the damn time and you don't care anyway, you want to go ahead and do something. And you see, the sad part is everybody want to talk about their problems. Everybody want to be miserable. Misery loves company, doesn't it? So everybody wants to sit in that same little hole. Like, I remember talking to this one content creator, and he was awesome, but then he pulled out one of his records and showed me that he had, like, over 40,000 downloads at, like, what was it? It was like, was it 2018 or something like that? And I looked at that, and I looked at him, and I said, get that shit out of my face. Go back and aim for 50,000 downloads or stuff like that. I don't know if I can. Yeah, you pussy. That's what I call it. I was like, here's the thing. If you're still showing records of what happened in the past, okay, you're still living there. You need to break away from it. You made those many downloads. Good on you. I made 50,000 downloads too. Well, he made 40, but I made 50. But I'm not trying to compare. What I'm saying is, here's the reason why I made 50,000 downloads, though. I kept making episodes. I kept making content. Regardless of whoever the hell's in the chat room during jams, or regardless of wherever the hell I'm at in terms of financials or whatever, I kept making content. You see? And there's people out here that, for some reason, they think, oh, the automatic will work. Oh, all this stuff will work. Use every dirty trick in the book to get where they need to be. And you know what? Like I said, this whole damn thing is immoral anyway. But there's going to be a day where all that stuff is going to fall apart in the end. And, you know, at the end of the day, those that just kept making content, they're going to win out overall. It's all about steadiness. You see what I'm saying? It's not about like, oh my God, I should hurry up and do what everybody else does. I remember sometimes some people told me I should do what other people do when it comes to them creating content. And I said, fuck you. Yeah, that's an actual thing. You ever wonder how my attitude is sometimes? But yeah, I always say that because it's like, why would I want to do what somebody else does? I don't give a damn if it worked for you. If it worked for you at that moment, it's not going to work for everybody else because I believe in the idea variety is the spice of life, so always do something different. But I also understand results may vary. Just because it worked for your sorry ass does not mean it'll work for me. It's like those people that try to compare Jams to KCL and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, look, I think she has an okay show, and I think she does a pretty good thing. But as for me, I do an awesome show, and I do pretty okay with whatever I have to work with. I don't give a damn what somebody else does on their own playfield. It doesn't matter to me. You see what I'm saying? Because at best, I'm here at J360 Productions, which is my home, which is all the things that I work on and everything, and it turns out really great. Like, the numbers are going up. I'm in the green. Nothing's in the red. I'm like, what do I got to complain about? If you want to be here, be here. But as you are here, you're a guest. And at the end of the day, respect the house rules. That's all there is. Like, I don't care if you're in that chat room and just chilling out listening to jams, but don't be over there complaining about somebody that's not even on the jams playlist or sitting over there trying to dictate the show like you run stuff here. I don't work for you. That's one thing to remember. That's true independence right there, baby. And true independence scares the hell out of anybody because they wish they could have that. You understand what I'm saying? And you guys can have it too. Just don't give a damn what everybody else says. Live life pertaining to you and go ahead and meet new people. If you must, meet new people. Fix your whole damn system here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I knew that my old group was not working out, which they didn't, I happily got rid of them. And the truth is that, like, I'm not sitting over there begging for people to be a part of anything. I will never beg anything. I will always come in there, speak my piece, sell my pitch. I ain't worried about nothing. That's just the way to look at it. Like, people nowadays don't seem to understand that they don't seem to understand that, you know, you have more control than you think. And when people go, it'll hurt a little bit. But sometimes the lowest low is the best fucking thing that ever happened to you. I mean, I've hit rock bottom. I've stamped into rock bottom before. But I pushed myself back up. And I'm still going. And the thing goes on for, like, a lot of you all out here. Like, you know, if anything, if you're not in the cool club, fuck it then. Because it's not really a cool club if you're not a part of it. And then here's the beautiful thing, okay? Think about your attitude. Like, what is it about you that sets these people off and really hurts them? Because I'm going to tell you this. Most people that are intimidated by you, they start making up stuff about you. And then the ones that did you wrong, they're the ones that start avoiding you. And, you know, the funny part about people avoiding you is it's good. Because guess what? You don't need any of that trash floating around you. It's just the same thing about people that aren't on jams anymore, or people that I've known in the independent filmmaking game that I don't associate or don't associate with me. It's because guess what? There's some trash there, and none of us want to be about it. Like, see, I'm not hard to work with, and I'm not hard to talk to. I'll give you an answer. It may not be the answer you like, but hey, here's the thing. I always say state your business. What do you want here? And just be good about it. I don't want no mind-numbing bullshit floating around. Because, like I said, if you got some bullshit and you try to sling it to me, then it's batter up, baby, because I'm going to hit it right back on you. And it's going to be that same energy. Like, I always believe in countering with the same energy. And the truth is that guess what? When you know that stuff's floating around and you threw it out here and it hit you back twice fold, you need to rethink yourself. And the sad part is that a lot of y'all run around here acting like life owes you something. Life don't owe you shit. When you die, ain't nobody going to be sitting around mourning for you as long as you think they are and all that kind of stuff. So here's the thing. If you're making an impact and if you're being honest about the things that you're doing and you have social awareness instead of like acting like social awkwardness is cute. Which, by the way, let's dive into social awkwardness for a minute. You know, I was working at the retail store. This is years ago. Working at the retail store. And then this woman comes up looking at me like trying to look like cute, trying to flirt, right? And she had her eyes all big and being like, what is the price of this fish? I said, all right, the price of that fish is $30. And then she was all trying to do $29.99, but you might as well say $30. She was looking right at me like this, had her eyes all big and stuff like that, trying to look like, you know, this is endearing and stuff. I looked at it like kind of like Donkey from Shrek. So I looked right at her and I was like, what is wrong with you? And she's like, I was trying to be cute. And I said, it ain't working. Here's the thing. No matter how you would go about it, $30 is what you're going to pay for that fish. And if you need something for your eyes, we got like eye drops on the other side of the aisles right there. Yeah, true story. Because here's the thing. It's like, that stuff doesn't work on me. I don't know why women try to float around, do the flirting and all that kind of stuff, and a way of trying to win me over with stuff. It doesn't work. All right? If we're both on the same play field like this, I mean, I think it's funny to see like some people even try. Like I remember one time somebody said, "We could have real deep, intimate talks if you sign up for my OnlyFans." And I'm like, I am not signing up for your damn OnlyFans. I'm not your bank. I'm not giving you money. Get the hell on out of here. This is about the most intimate we're going to be right now. Beat it. I mean, like I said, it's social awkwardness because here's the thing. I know why you're flirting, but at the end of the day, you don't know how you come across. And when you come across as like desperate and all that kind of stuff, or you're throwing things for me to end up paying for and stuff, and I'm already owning a business, like right now, like what I do in terms of taking care of myself, the business, and all the other changes I'm making for myself and doing all the things that I need to do to make it in this great society because I chose it. I think, if anything, having a girlfriend should come for free. And it's going to, as I keep taking the person out on dates and all that other stuff, or whomever it is. And even then, it ain't exactly free, because freedom ain't free. Remember that. So, because you got to pay, you got to do all those, conventional things. And there's nothing wrong with dating. What it is that, like, people expect too much out of a first date. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to go ahead for second, third, and all that kind of stuff. Everything's supposed to lead somewhere. But once again, everybody wants everything all at once. And who knows, you might even get a breakup at that same friggin' time. That's social awkwardness. And the truth is that people try to make social awkwardness seem like it's cute and enduring and all that. No, it might as well be enduring. They try to make it seem like it's endearing and all that stuff. And I guess it is when you're 10. But when you about 20 going into 30, going into 40, and you're trying to pull some crap like that, yeah, something wrong with you, all right? It's not cute at that point. Mental institution is on the line. Make sure you go get some help. I mean, at the end of the day, there's quite a lot of y'all that don't understand that. There's quite a lot of y'all that think like, my quirkiness is amazing. Yeah, compared to about 1,000 other people that think that. That's why they're single now. Or that's why, they sitting right there in they little bell towers and stuff like that, trying so hard to be like they're important and crap. But they're smarter than everybody, right? It's just, it's wild, and it seems like people, for some reason, don't seem to know how to act in public. And maybe it's because, hey, guess what? Everything happens in public. People nowadays, they got phones and everything. We got to catch all the weird stuff so that we can get, jokes and likes and views and clicks and all that. Instead of just being like, how do you do? What's up? Greeting each other and everything. You got to want to talk to people. You got to want to live life. You got to be an active participant in things. You see what I'm saying? I remember one time, which one of my old bosses was like this? Hold on. Keith. Yeah, Keith was like this. He had no people skills, had no personality, but then he had the nerve to be in a position of leadership and try to dictate to people how they're supposed to act when they work in the meat department. I looked over at him and I said, "Hey, man, I'm allowed to talk to the customer and help them get the packages that they need. That's what customer service is." He's like, "Jay, you shouldn't talk to them." And I said, "If you don't get out of my face," because I'm a highly sociable guy. I mean, for real. Like, there are moments where, it seems like I don't want to deal with nobody and all that kind of stuff. And like I said before, like phases of the moon, that's your emotions. And sometimes I get tired where I don't want to, but I will associate with you. Like, I don't mind talking to people. I don't mind seeing what's going on. I don't mind, somebody speaking their piece about things. Especially if it's about a customer order and all that stuff. That's part of the job. But this fool over here, he's sitting over there talking like, "You're not allowed to talk to people. Oh, we can't do that." You're not going to have customers coming back if you can't associate. You're not going to have high sales because we all had the sales chart and our department was against another department and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to have high sales if you're not ready with your display and you're not ready to talk about the items on your display. You're not going to win anything by acting like you cannot associate. All right? And the thing about association is people put a lot of their emotions in it. you can put some in there, but at the same time, you got to be able to be in control of who you are, be aware of the people in the room, and be aware of what exactly you're saying to the people. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of charisma here goes a long way. And the sad part is that you got fools out here nowadays with no real charisma, and yet they get like thousands of YouTube views and all that kind of stuff. There must be something more to it, but I don't know. But it's hilarious because you got somebody with no people skills trying to tell me how to work with people. I was like, get the hell out of my face. I'm fine doing what I've been doing. But hey, for those of you that like those Keith stories, I mean, I love living them, man, because he was a stupid motherfucker. But let me just tell you this. It's not always about proving him or anybody else out here wrong. It's about proving me right. See what I'm saying? I know where I come from all the time. I know about why I get my point across. I know why I do this series. I know exactly why I do this production company. And can't nobody tell me a damn reason otherwise about it. That's just a beautiful way of doing things. And I know where I'm going with stuff. Which is why, like, whenever I try to work with certain people or I try to speak to them and all that kind of stuff, and they don't give me the time of the day, well, hey, I'm not going to chase you because I know exactly what the hell I'm doing. You see? But I also notice, like, when people try to act like, oh, they better than you. If people try to act like they better than you, y'all, chances are they insecure as hell and they're not better than you. All right? I've been wanting to let you guys know that kind of stuff for a long time. It's the funniest thing in the world, and you're going to see a lot of it as a creator where, like, some of these burnouts, washouts, and posers are always going to be trying to speak the loudest. And the truth is that they do not have anything coming their way. They do not have any new ideas. They don't have any concepts. And if anything, they're pretty much bankrupt morally, mentally, and then not to mention financially. So, yeah, don't waste no time with people like that. And it's just really, really sad, too. For them. But if you're in the school of J-Man, though, you know, the thing about it is with me, I like doing certain things. I like being honest about the way the world is and all that kind of stuff. And I always say, like, tell you the truth all the time. And then at the same time, make fun of the truth as many times as I can. Like when I talk about the Bastard Revolution, which was the last few months when I worked at the retail job. I was going to war every day, baby. It was all about me versus the system. And you know what? In the end, I won. You know what I mean? And I still told the system, with the big boss there and everything, to go fuck itself. Well, I left on and ended up getting a better job, and J360 Productions became more profitable at that moment. It was the best feeling ever. But once again, I had to rise against a system that wanted to break people down, that wanted to treat people like crap, and didn't want you to have any sort of part of your individuality. Isn't that sounding familiar to how, like, society is around us? Think about it. Some of you probably go through stuff like that all the time, which is why, like, I'm telling you, don't put yourself in a box for anybody. Just know when to present yourself well. Be tactful about your presentation. And, you know, not everybody's going to like you. It seems like this society is trying to be like, hey, everybody likes me. Do they know your name? They know what you go through? They know when you're sad? They over there trying to help you out when you're sad? They don't know you. See what I'm saying? And if you are rebuilding your social circle, don't dive into the same old pitfalls and stuff. Don't be over there trying to convince people to like you and all that crap. Do better. That's about the best advice I can give you. Just do better. And don't be bitter about it if it ain't going to happen all in one day. Like, people want all this change and stuff in one day and at 1 minute and all this stuff. It doesn't work in a New York minute. Nothing ever really does. But yeah, that's where the patience comes into play. And, you know, you really shouldn't be so hard on yourselves. And you know what? Not in this crazy-ass society anyway. Like, be at peace with yourself. Do the best you can. And if you're always in a state of change, as we all are, and as I'm still working on that, you know, one day at a time. One day at a time. And, of course, you know, like, I should apologize for calling that person a bimbo, but I'm not going to. Because here's the thing. That's somebody that's entitled. Oh, yeah, we know about entitled people, don't we? Yeah. They really make this shit harder than it needs to be. I believe I'm entitled to this. I'm supposed to have that. You keep it. No. Like I said, life doesn't owe you a damn thing. You shut the hell up. But all in all, though, guys, I wanted to go ahead and drop some little tidbit knowledge because it seemed like one way or another, everybody is running around acting as though like they are entitled, and your entitlements are not required. Dare I say, you just have to go ahead and work for certain things, and don't be ashamed to do the work, okay? So, yes, social awareness equals victory, and you should go ahead and stand by and look at a few things, and then jump in when you need to. Ask questions always, and don't be ashamed of what you're doing for yourself, especially if it's positive. And if you know you got a long road and a lot of work ahead of you, well, let's walk, damn it, because I still got a long road ahead of me. But until then, though, I want you guys to take care of yourselves. I'm glad I could give you a few stories, and hopefully this will help you out get through the rest of your week and all that jazz. But until then, this is J-Man signing off. Peace.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.